Tyler, it's a pleasure to welcome you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You have taken a leap of faith many years ago. You brought out what was happening inside the one of the most valued startups in the world at the time, Theranos. But not talking about the company here, wanted to draw some lessons out of that to see how we can bring some value-driven lessons to younger entrepreneurs. Just because it's Silicon Valley and money is available doesn't mean money is all yours. You have not just a fiduciary responsibility, but more importantly, it's a very ethical responsibility to take somebody's money and build great products, great companies. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I really think that ethics is a competitive advantage, which it may not feel like all the time, but it helps you recruit and retain top talent. And more importantly, it actually helps you build cultures where you're able to see around corners and identify issues in their earliest stages and really solve problems before they metastasize into these issues that could become existential crises within your company.
When you talk to younger entrepreneurs now, there is an inherent risk, and the risk is that before they reach their dream and the goals, there's avarice that seeps in. There are people who want to do it for the sake of money, but majority of the entrepreneurs who build great companies here and some around the world, they say money is an afterthought and a byproduct of what they actually want to make a difference in people's lives. So how do you see that evolving with the younger generation?
Yeah, well, I think that comes down to prioritizing the right things in the long run. And oftentimes it feels like taking a shortcut, doing something the easy way, not building it right, maybe compromising your ethics might be better for your bottom line today or this week or this quarter. But it's actually not the best thing for your company. It's not the way that you build the best possible product you can build, and it's not the way that you create a really enduring company.
And a lot of people feel that what you just said is the antithesis of capitalism, and I don't think so. What is your take on that?
I don't think it's the antithesis of capitalism. I think it's just a deeper understanding of maybe building something the right way so that you can have higher profits further down the line rather than this quarter.
There's always ways to make healthy money, clean money. What are some of those things that you can share with the younger entrepreneurs to look at?
Like a healthy way to make good money. I really do think, it's it's frustrating because Elizabeth said exactly that. She would claim that she was doing well by doing good, and obviously she was not. But I do think it's possible. You should be able to like follow your curiosities and build something that has a positive impact on people, and that in fact will have the most value.
When it comes to learning lessons and staying to the ground and building your ethics, you have a great lineage. George Shultz was your granddad. I had the privilege of interviewing him as well at the Hoover Institute. So when you look at role models, who do you look up to, and what are some of the lessons you have learned?
Yeah, so actually I looked up to my own grandfather as a role model. Unfortunately, by the end of his life, he really let me down, but I think a lot of the values that I have originally came from him, which is a little bit ironic. But one of my other heroes was actually my grandfather on my other side, my mom's dad. He was a World War II vet. When he was 21 years old, 22 years old, he was flying planes over Nazi Germany, and he had just the most positive attitude about life, and he made World War II sound like summer camp, and I really think that is like a mental fortitude that I've tried to emulate as well.
Finally then, Tyler, you're still very young. You're looking into a future where not only your life is impacted, but hundreds of millions of people who want to learn from what you have to say and what you have gone through. Where do you see the future of not just Silicon Valley or the Bay Area or the US, but the globe?
Yeah, so I think the next big frontier where I think ethics has huge implications is in AI. And how do you train ethical AIs, and how do you I think you start by creating ethical companies. And just like I really think that people model the behavior of their leaders. I really think that AI models will end up kind of simulating the ethics and principles of the people who built them. So I think the best way to build ethical AI systems is to have ethical companies.
All right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.